let's imagine a situation when a busy woman during the lunch breaks find out that she needs to schedule a doctor appointment for her child. So she picks up the phone and calls the doctor office. And doctor office is at lunch break at this time. So the phone call is forwarded to the voice AI assistant. And the AI assistant is usually very helpful, can make appointments and take all the records necessary. So in this case, she talks to the AI assistant, and this is the conversation they have. And the woman is trying to schedule the appointment for tomorrow, and tomorrow should be Thursday. But somehow AI thinks it's tomorrow is Wednesday. And when the lady says, no, no, today is Wednesday, the AI actually insists that tomorrow is Wednesday, not Thursday. So this is the situation of AI hallucinations, and we're going to cover this a little bit today, why it happens, when it happens, and I'll show you an example how we fix it. So this is actually actual chat that you see on the screen that we discovered during the testing of one of our voice agents. So AI hallucinations, one thing that we have to remember, the AI is always confident. This is what it feels like, right? AI doesn't doubt, but AI cannot be always right. So in some cases, depending on how AI is trained, the AI should be admitting, I don't know. It should be saying either I don't know or would make some suggestions, but not 100% confidence. So this is what we just described. Today is Tuesday, August 20, but it's actually Wednesday, August 20, not Tuesday. Again, this is a real example. It's what happened in our testing, and it's just a simple example of hallucination. So what are those hallucinations? It seems to be fine, right? But they actually come, the AI may respond with the actual factual errors. But again, it shows the confidence, so you actually don't doubt when the AI gives you an answer, especially over the phone with the real voice that sounds like human. I can also mix the truth and the fiction. So these are different scenarios why it might happen, but this is just the explanation what the hallucinations mean and what it can do. Why does it matter for the business? When things like this happen, it really affects the trust, especially in the consumer space. In case of the woman calling the doctor's office, if she finds it that AI is making a mistake, first it's a problem because she couldn't schedule an appointment in time she wants to. But it's a trust problem for her and the patient in this case, but also for the doctor office that uses AI solution. But it can go further. It can create the compliance risks. It may have some penalties attached to it and potential lawsuits if the eye is not testing is not behaving correctly. But also in case of the critical tasks, it may lead to missed appointments, wasted resources, customer disappointments, and a lot of other things. So what we see right now in case of voice AI and AI automation, you can be spending up to 80% of your development on the projects on testing. So testing could be up to 80% of the development. Right. Again, so in this case, when we talk about specifically about the appointment scheduling, it usually requires multiple parties. So first, it's a customer or a patient. It's a doctor office. On a doctor office side, it can be multiple scheduling systems, maybe one system for the online appointments, another system for the front desk that enter appointments, and the appointments are entered in some kind of a system like EasyBees, for example. So the information is stored and maybe multiple calendar synchronization. So things can be complicated here, but it's usually multiple systems. And again, it's not just testing one system. It's about testing multiple systems. And all of those has to work seamlessly. But again, the side effects are very simple, right? The missed appointments, customer frustration, and potential lost revenue if a patient or a client cannot schedule appointment. In some cases, they'll just call another doctor, and that'll be a lost revenue. So any AI system especially like voice AI, appointment scheduling, things like that, it has to have certain mechanisms to protect these kind of hallucinations or these kind of mistakes. There should be human in the loop. There should be validation layers, just checking, for example, that the appointment can be rescheduled for the business hours, not over the weekends, not over the lunchtimes if the office is closed on those days. Some offices might be closed half a day on some days of the week, so the actual schedules should be considered, and the AI should be aware of this. And the data has to be verified and tested and validated multiple times. So test responsibly. That's the summary, right? Test extensively. Always check the performance because things might go wrong in the live systems. It's not just testing before you deploy production systems. You also have to monitor the performance of the system, make sure that the system are deployed already, they're working correctly. And start with the simplest cases. Start implement and deploying like voice AI, for example, the solutions that we deploy. Start with low risk. And also work with your customers in the B2B space, for example, right? You have to educate them. These things might happen. We have to watch for those things. And so if we deploy things to a doctor's office, for example, they're non-technical, right? It's up to us to figure out how to make it work for them. But they have to be aware of what kind of things to look for. They should be aware of things that might go wrong, so they will be notifying us if they see something wrong. Another thing is, of course, is AI automation. We do AI automation projects, and we have to balance automation and reliability. Again, you have to build trust. Things have to be reliable. It has to be transparent. What actually the capabilities of your system are, what are the limitations of your systems, and the AI is moving so fast right now that limitations can be removed, like probably in the near future, but need to be aware of what are the limitations at this time. So the key takeaway, hallucinations will happen. They happen less and less frequent now, but be aware that might happen on the even simple tasks. You have to build systems that kind of error proof. So you have to consider this from the design of the systems. For example, when we build voice solutions, we in some cases we call themselves we have to be like voice artists. It's a conversational artists. You have to build a conversation. Conversation has to go in the right direction. Have to be professional, consistent, positive for the patient, for example. But we have to build trust not just with our customers, like dental office or wellness center, but we have to build trust with them, and they don't want to lose their reputation with their patients, with their customers. So we have to be aware of all this too. And we have to design for accuracy because even small mistakes in the conversations can be confusing for the end customers, right? So if you need more information, always contact us on the front desk. You can schedule an appointment with us, schedule a meeting. You can find us at Front Desk AI on YouTube or aifrontdesk.net. And we'll see you in the next video.